Hi, AfterBuzzers. You're watching the AfterBuzz TV After Show for Scream Season 2, Episode 12, When a Stranger Calls. Join us as we break down the season finale and give you our thoughts and predictions. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Yeah. Wait.
And they stay there. And they say
Yeah, I was right.
She was right, you guys. She was right. The killer. I'm your host, Katie Campbell, and you can find me on Twitter at Katie Campbell. That's Katie with 3 E's Campbell. And sitting next to me, the winner of this, who the killer is, Kelly McInerney.
Hey, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at HollyWeirdo or Snapchat, Kelly McInerney with 3 L's.
And across the table, Pegah Rad.
Hi everyone, I'm back. You can find me on Twitter at Pegah Rad.
And Micheal Drew.
Hi. You can find me on Twitter at Micheal_Drew, Micheal EAL.
Okay.
And Bravo McInerney.
Thank you.
Yay.
Slow clap.
I feel like I'm seeing some disappointed faces here tonight.
I'll let Pegah go
Listen.
first.
I wanted more of a shocking reveal. I felt like, for me, the reason I never predicted Kieran this whole season was because it was too predictable. We always suspected, like, you know, when he was in the carnival, that he taped his own hands. And there's so many
He was
points
missing a
where, like,
hand.
and he's
Just
missing
throwing
a
it out there.
hand, yeah. That, like, it would have been too easy to be Kieran. And then it turned out to be Kieran, and I'm just so let down. I'm really let down.
Don't you think, though, that we break it down so much that we've convinced ourselves that it's Kieran, but maybe not everybody thought that?
Yeah. Did you guys think it? We're gonna pull up that
Yeah,
chat
we're gonna
roll.
pull, yeah.
And
I don't know how you could not have thought it was Kieran, but it's just, I'm cool with it being Kieran, but the fact that they left it that it was only Kieran. There was no partner. And if there was a partner, that they're going to show that maybe it might have been Brandon James because he called him after, or maybe something like that. It was very lackluster.
I have a lot of questions.
Yeah,
That's really, you know, there's so many times that it just doesn't explain how Kieran was able to make these phone calls by himself.
And the reveal of him and Eli and why Eli came was so weak.
Yeah.
I do
was so
wish it was
weak.
another person. Like, I was hoping for Brooke too.
I really wanted it to be
I really thought, because I thought they were setting it up for her to be insane, to be really helping him at the beginning when Miss Lang was talking about the double personalities. I was like, oh, and then every time you saw Brooke scream, she'd grab her temple and she would like go into her, have her little panic fits. So I thought it was right there until she got stabbed. But even when she got stabbed, I was kind of hoping that, oh, maybe it's a fake blood.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
But it was just Kieran was like, oh, it's all me and my girlfriend, you know. I love what's her name, Piper.
Here's the thing.
It was just, I don't know, it was weak.
I feel like it was strong, and at the very end, at the very end, I feel like there's so many things, so many directions they could go. I don't think everything was closed up exactly, and there might be another person that's been involved this whole season that we just don't know about. We're going to find out next season.
But I mean, I'm okay. I understand that there's gonna be another season, or they're hoping for another
Hopefully.
season.
Hopefully.
Fingers
And you know
crossed.
they have to keep it going, but you needed more of an oomph for all of this, like for all that build up. Because this episode was good up until the ending to me. Like it was very suspense filled. I didn't know what was happening, and you're so amped for when you know the reveal happens. But it just when Kieran came, like, okay, there's one. Like that's what it felt like when Kieran got when it was shown to be Kieran. Like, okay, there's Kieran. There's one killer. Who's the next?
That's how
And
I
that
felt
was it.
too.
There was no other shoe that dropped.
Let's talk a little bit about the episode up until we lead to that. Maybe we can find who else could be involved.
Yeah.
But I gotta wait a year now.
Yeah.
It should have.
I hope it comes back.
Okay. Well, we started the whole episode with Emma and Audrey in the back of the cop car, and somebody's standing in the middle of the road, and it crashes the car, and
That was too easy, I felt
Yeah.
like.
For the-
oh, he just happened to turn.
Yeah.
I thought that was cheesy, but
so was that supposed to be Kieran in the middle of the road then?
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
guessing so.
yeah.
He just brutally stabbed the cop, and then gave the keys to Emma and Audrey.
Just to have the story go a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he made them get caught red-handed. So what was the whole idea? Oh, get caught, but I'm gonna let you out after I just want to kill a cop and then let you out.
He wanted to kill them though. Like he didn't want them to get in jail. He's a murderer. He wants to the end game is them dying. So that's why.
I was curious as to why they didn't. Why Emma didn't just, like why they felt the need to uncuff themselves and run. Why didn't they just wait for the other cops to show up? You're just gonna look like you killed the police officer.
Yeah,
I know. That's what I would have done.
I was like, why are you running?
The killer wants you to run, so don't run.
Yeah.
That's gonna throw him off, and then he's gonna have to come up with another game.
Yeah.
Is there a way we could pull up the chat roll though?
To see what everybody.
Can we get that chat
It's the
roll
finale.
Let's get the chat up. So
while they're on the run, they go to the gas station, and the phone call comes into the gas station.
Yeah, there were a lot of WTFs in this episode where it was just like, okay, come on.
But here's the thing: is Kieran could have been following them, yes, or no?
I mean, up to that point, to where they, I don't know, because even when she looked outside, she didn't see them. I don't know, like, how did he know? How did he even get the phone number?
Yeah.
Well, he just Googled them. All right, got it ASAP. Good.
Like he knew where they were gonna go.
Like maybe there's only one gas station near there or something, and that's why they happen to be there. It's a small town, so maybe that's how.
And they were already on the news. Wasn't that a little fast? Don't they want to keep this under wraps? Shouldn't they have more control over all of this stuff before they're just saying, okay, they're the killers, they're the suspects of killing the mayor.
Murder suspects.
Yeah. He's a little strong.
I don't know.
And Miss Lang was in the hospital. Who was she talking to, by the way? Was she talking to the sheriff?
The sheriff.
So she was calling it the madness of two. So it's where one person's going crazy and they kind of just put that onto another person, right?
Yeah.
And then it makes the first person spiral out of control. That makes
the psychosis, the double psychosis thing,
That makes me think it's not necessarily a split personality. I don't think it's just like one person's crazy, gets the other person crazy, and then that person jumps in on the crazy, so the first person might get even crazier and go off the deep end.
Right.
But I feel like if that's the case, Miss Lang, this whole time we've had kind of suspicions. How involved is she? How much did she really know Piper? She looked a little weird last episode talking about Piper. So maybe she got crazy from Piper. She could be like Piper's crazy, got her thinking about stuff and got her crazy.
Oh, maybe.
That would have worked too.
Maybe that is working for season 3.
That'd be cool. But she says that she didn't know Piper. I don't know. I feel like she was just a bitchy teacher, like I do think she was sketchy, like just accusing her, like Emma and Audrey. But I think a lot of people outside, they just see, they just happen to be with their mayor. They're gonna assume they're the bad guy. So she's just saying, it's probably this psychiatric thing.
But then what's the reason of her continuing at the end with her book or her little project of the madness of two? She starts, I'm going to write a book about it. Well, it's not the madness of two, this whole case, because it turns out Emma and Audrey weren't the killers. It's Kieran. Maybe the madness of two, she's writing the book for Kieran and Piper?
I think so.
Okay.
Or maybe. I don't know. I think she's making her own story. Oh, the chat roll is not.
Yeah, the chat roll is being funny. Are we?
It's not the right Scream video. I don't know.
We want Scream.
I don't think this is.
Interesting. Okay, so I forget what you were saying, and I was going to bounce off of what you were saying.
I'm talking about her continuing writing the book.
Maybe it's a fictional book. Like maybe she's still basing it off of.
But she's doing
Emma
case
and Audrey.
studies.
Yeah, I don't know.
But when she was saying that out loud, it got me thinking. Like I thought it was gonna, like, with her narration, kind of show like two people and make you start thinking. I don't know.
Yeah.
Did that
show
you guys?
two people who
that are making each other crazy.
They were bouncing off one another.
Did it? Because it just kind of showed like her writing, didn't it?
No, it didn't show anybody.
It didn't show anybody.
I mean,
she was just talking.
They might,
They showed Emma and Audrey on the run, like making their way to the gas station through the fields.
But it did start with her explaining to the sheriff about the two persons. So like the whole episode, you're thinking maybe it's two people, maybe it's two people.
Yeah, I know.
And then at the end, it's just Kieran. It is disappointing.
And they set it up because everyone up to that episode, I would think that a lot of the fans, including myself, we're hoping for it to be two people. Specifically when, when the first movie there's two people, and it would make a lot of sense, and it would make it so much better in terms of storyline. So everyone's saying two people, and then the final moment, it's like one guy, and maybe Brandon James. I don't know. That was.
Yeah, well, there were two people in the start of season 1. Kieran's the second person.
Sure,
no.
but season 2, there's just so much that would be hard for even two people to do. Just the stealthness of it all and how quickly they got from one place to another, and kind of almost being in two places at once sometimes. There has to be two people.
If it wasn't going to be two, I thought there would be 3. I thought that would be it's not 2, it's 3.
Exactly.
It's not 2, it's 1.
And Kieran was doing it all.
Okay, there is another person. It has to be.
Katie's just like, okay, guys, all right.
Guys, I'm annoyed that Emma just this whole time has told Kieran everything. Like, the first thing she does is run to Kieran's house, and she's like, okay, we went to the gas station, and she's like giving him a play-by-play. They let us out, and he told me not to call anyone.
Mine calling you.
Yeah, and she went straight to him, and we learned that Aunt Tina is gone, right? She packed her bags and left.
Or maybe Kieran just killed her.
Yeah.
Right.
But they didn't even show the body.
We don't even find out why that house went on fire. Like, was that Aunt Tina getting the money from the mayor? So that's like a loophole.
Yeah.
That we don't find out. But who cares? She wasn't that important.
Maybe that's why season 3, you guys, because she's doing some weird stuff too, and maybe it was just the fraud that she was doing. But
so, do we think that Kieran then killed his own dad, or was that Piper?
He killed his own dad,
Yeah.
for sure, because
so?
he was talking about how much he hated that Emma and Piper's mom was partying with his dad, and he just wanted to make them suffer.
Yeah.
But wasn't he at the dance when that happened? Like, they dressed up as the Pulp Fiction couple.
I'm gonna have
Remember?
to go back
And
and
then
watch where he was.
the
But is that
video
why-
of his dad.
But is that why he said he killed his father? Because he just didn't like that they were partying?
Didn't he say he's like a pill popper or something like
Yeah,
that?
they were popping pills in Atlanta.
Yeah.
He took a pill and
But who's the father that he killed? What about the stepdad?
the stepdad.
The stepfather
the
sheriff that he killed in
stepfather.
season 1.
The stepfather and the mother were in the car accident.
Right.
No, in season 1, Scream season 1.
Yeah, that was his dad.
Yeah.
That was Sheriff was his dad, and I think he gutted him.
Yeah, but why was his reasoning? He just didn't like him?
Yeah, because he was upset that him and Piper bonded over the parents and not really caring.
It was.
He's crazy.
It was weak.
Is the answer.
I'm sorry, Scream. Like, I love Scream. I really like this show. I like the writers. I like everything. But I just feel like everything was really building up in this season, and this episode, I just feel like the reveal didn't work for me. The whole episode I liked. I liked the beginning, the middle. We were all on the edge of our seat.
Yeah.
But when it showed to be Kieran, I was still like, okay, there's
What else?
one, but it was just and what they did to Eli.
Okay. Well, first of all, we see Eli first in the beginning of the episode. He was at the station all night, and he didn't come home. And then he came home, and he knew that Kieran was talking to Emma. You could hear it through the door, and that was a weird situation. He just shoved Emma out of the house, and that almost felt like a fake conversation. Like Eli and Kieran were trying to make Emma think they're fighting, and it was just, I'm gonna do what I want. So Eli gets really violent, and he's weird, and he says these lines that it's like, you can't just be like this innocent guy. I feel like there's something else there that we didn't.
I think
get
he's
to
just
find out.
a creep kind. Like, it looks like his relationship with his mom is very weird. How he yells at her and everything, and also how he was trying to connect with Emma. I guess maybe looking back, he was trying to do what I guess maybe Kieran did to him and the girl.
Oh.
Just to get back at him, trying to win her over.
Oh, that makes sense. I can see that.
So what exactly happened then in Atlanta? The story that.
I guess we have to believe what Eli says, and that was that he was seeing this girl, and Kieran told the mom that he was posting nude photos of her on the internet when Kieran was actually doing that.
Okay.
And so they put out a
restraining order.
restraining order against Eli.
So this whole time, Eli, when he took Emma to the house, the model home that ended up burning down, was he trying to get nude photos of her to put them out? Or was he just, what was he doing?
I don't know if he was trying to just win over her, in a genuine way, or do the dirty thing, and steal, nudie photos or something. I don't.
Okay.
we don't really know much about him other than he's kind of creepy.
It just seemed that they set so much up. They set so much up that you were like, it made you so curious to find out what was actually going to happen, and then nothing happened.
Yeah.
You know, they were setting so much up with Eli. Like, I either wanted the reveal to be Eli and him have been playing around this whole time and they're really on the same side.
That would've been cool.
Or Eli has known that this guy is crazy and the reason he followed him was because he didn't trust him and he wanted to protect Emma from him. But he did. That's not why he did it.
Why did he say he followed Kieran to Will's funeral?
Because
he wanted to get back at him for what he did with the sister.
That was the start
not
of
the
it.
sister, the girl. Yeah.
It was the first visit
he
to
just
Lakewood.
wanted like revenge on him.
Yeah.
And he just happened to be a killer.
Right.
I don't know. And then and the way Eli died, there was no, he just boom boom just shot him.
Well, first Emma shot him, which
Yeah.
was crazy.
God, I wouldn't have done that.
There was
You wouldn't have shot him?
No. Because it's like who's telling the truth? But she's so in love with Kieran. I think it was just, well, like you said, she's telling him everything.
Yeah.
She's not gonna like but I feel like she would think it's Noah over Kieran. You know?
Oh my God. Yeah, she should be smarter though. Love blinds
dumb.
people.
Love
Yeah.
blinds people.
Emma being smart was not one of her things.
She
Not a
literally-
theme this season.
She shot Eli because he was coming after Kieran with a knife.
See, yeah, right there. Perfect fantasies. The ending was with Eli was so rushed they just forgot about him. I couldn't agree more. Like that's pretty much what I felt.
I did like how he walked in though, and just like
Yeah, that made it
and how
confusing.
Kieran stabbed him and stuff, just to make it look like if he does follow me, he probably stabbed himself.
I thought something was gonna happen. That whole final moment, I thought it was either gonna be it was gonna showcase that Eli was actually his partner, or like I said before, Audrey was actually in on it, and then she was gonna stand up from the chair and show she wasn't in cuffs, and it's all to get Emma. I mean, I really didn't want that to happen because I like Audrey, but I was just so amped up that something was like, there's gotta be more.
Exactly.
And it was just like, that's it, Kieran? And then they just beat him. And then she just threatens him with the gun. And I'm sorry, I don't want to be a downer. I'm sorry.
Well,
I don't want
did
to
you
be a
guys-
downer, but
Yeah.
Did you think for 1 second that Emma was going to pull the trigger on Kieran?
No.
No.
Okay.
She's too dumb.
oh my God.
Oh, at the very end. when
Yeah.
No, because I don't think they should have killed Kieran because all of the evidence pointing to the girls. I just feel like we need to have him alive to
get him.
yeah. And it's really you're gonna get him better. You're gonna get him the easy way out by killing him.
It's
Right.
weird though how it just kind of was easy for him to get arrested because like there's the two girls that murdered the mayor
Right.
and killed that cop. Oh, you're gonna believe them that Kieran's the killer?
Yeah.
So I don't know how that. I wish we saw that, like them with the cops explaining why, like he's the killer, how it worked out, or did he just
Also-
like give up and be like, "Yep, it was me," because he is
Also-
crazy.
Kieran this whole time has had this plan, this game that he's been playing with Audrey and Emma and everybody, and he's quick on his feet.
Yeah.
We've learned the killer's quick on his feet, and when Eli came in and said, "I play dead," you know, he thought he killed me, and I came in and he said, "No, he stabbed himself." He was quick on his feet, thinking, "Why? I can come up with an excuse for that. He stabbed himself, Emma. He's crazy." But then, when Emma said she caught him in the whole, "You're gonna feel safe again," the whole thing when they had the conversation on the phone, he initially said, "You're never gonna feel safe again," and then he said, "You're gonna feel safe again," and she caught it there, and he all of a sudden, "All right, I give up." Like,
Wasn't
was
that
the
kind of
plan?
weak though? Wasn't that kind of weak the way she figured it out?
Yeah, it
Like,
was.
oh wait, you said I'm gonna be safe. He said I'm not gonna be safe. Wait a second. It's been you. Like she's trusted him this entire time, but because now you said that he's gonna be safe.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
It was a weird slip up, but I guess he probably figured that like this is it. I'm gonna kill him right now. Might as well just tell him the truth that I'm gonna.
Was the plan
But
to
she
kill
had a
them there?
gun in her hand.
Shout out to Jay Fitz. He just agreed with my Audrey thing when Audrey was in the chair. I thought that was gonna happen
Yeah,
too,
totally.
Jay.
I thought she was,
I
with
thought
the
it was
hood
gonna happen
over her.
too.
But she's been harassed this
She's
whole
been
time.
it's been too much.
I mean, I'm cool. Yeah, I know. Like I'm cool with it not
I'm
being
cool,
Audrey, but
exactly.
you know,
You wanted somebody else, so you're just saying anybody,
Yeah.
even
Any,
Audrey.
yes.
What
Anyone.
was-
just more, baby.
Just something.
Put some salt on the spaghetti. You know, give me more flavor.
Where did Kieran want to kill them? There?
We'll never know.
Ugh.
I don't know. I did think though that the reveal with him saying the same line, that was kind of cool, and it went way over my head. I was like, wait, what?
Oh, I knew it.
But
that was
that was
good.
kind of cool.
okay, how about Kieran
Yeah.
and Piper dating?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I figured that's what it would be.
I guess he also dated Haley too,
Yeah.
though. Hooked up with. He's just a little slut, you know.
Yeah, but that's just he was just
Kieran.
manipulating. That didn't shock me. But I was kind of expecting him dating Piper, but I thought it would be a twist if it turned out that they were some way related. So they're doing it for Brandon
like
James.
not dating, but
I just want to touch on, a lot of people are saying, or bringing up the whole Brandon James thing. So are we, the way they ended the show, are we under the impression that Brandon James was the third person in this little party? Or he had nothing to do with them and then he just found out, so then he just calls them?
I think he's been on the loose ever since, maybe not had anything to do with these killings. I think it's somebody else that we know, that we've seen that's involved, but he's coming around now and he's going to be in the next season.
I think maybe this person is gonna play that they're like the Brandon James. Like, I see you wearing my mask, but I don't think it is Brandon James either.
What about Troy James?
Yeah.
No.
You gotta stick to that for the season
I have to
one.
see Troy James.
So wait, so at the end when Maggie goes back to the tree, the note says, "Leave her alone." Is that what it
Yeah,
says?
It's just a note that she left,
Right.
but it's covered in blood and a stab thing.
So
And
who
a
left
knife.
that?
A stab thing.
Brandon left that?
A
Stab thing.
I know, right? Yeah, why was there a
What are they
knife with
called?
blood?
Who left that? Was
Who
it
left?
Kieran? Was it Brandon? Was it
The other
Troy?
killer that we don't know. It's really, I wish they gave us some hint, you know?
Guys, I'm so confused. So is Brandon a part of it or not?
We don't know.
I want to know. I can't not know
It's a
this.
season
think he
finale.
is,
You
and
gotta
some
give
people
us.
don't.
Like, there's months if there's a next season. I can't live like this.
Well, there's got to be more to this story with we were calling them the original Lakewood Six with Maggie and the sheriff and that whole situation. There's got to be more story back there for this to be happening again too.
I don't know. I think that's just like a red herring story just to make us confuse us between this. Like, I think they're just picking from that story just to make us think that, but I think that's just like present day crazy people, you know?
Okay.
Well, now
Katie Lane, this episode could have been 10 minutes long if Emma just knew how to aim correctly with her gun.
honestly,
Somebody tweeted saying that she has stormtrooper aim. That was great.
That's good.
How many bullets does that gun hold? There were an endless amount.
Maybe it was tiny bullets.
I really don't even know much about guns, so I probably
You never played Russian roulette?
no.
No, me neither. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh!
like,
I'm finding out crazy things tonight.
Perfect Fantasies just said that's what cliffhangers are for, Pegah. But that was just a bad cliffhanger.
it was a
you know what I'm
bad
saying?
cliffhanger.
It's just a bad cliffhanger, guys.
I don't know. It could have given more, because I liked how when Piper was like, "There's another surprise,"
Well-
and then Audrey shoots her, and it's like, Audrey's the surprise, you know?
Like, the way it ended, it still could have ended this way even if another killer was revealed and then Brandon James still calls. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, say it was Kieran and Brooke, right? And then it shows that it's both of them and they both end up in jail. Or maybe Kieran dies, Brooke ends up in jail, and then Brooke gets a phone call from Brandon James. It still would have been fulfilling and leave enough for next season. Because I actually do want to know more about the original Lakewood Six, about the parents.
Right.
Yeah,
I was
like-
gonna
I-
say,
I'm like-
I think there's something there.
Yeah, they did such a good job of dropping those little Easter eggs that I really want to know about how the sheriff knows Maggie,
Yes.
knows Brandon,
Yeah.
knows Troy. Like, I want to know about that so bad. So, you know, there's so much more story to go for the next season that you could have given us a more solid
And
reveal.
somebody mentioned in the chat too that the ending felt rushed. You know, it ended with
yeah.
Noah's kind of summary on his show, but I
Yeah, that
just
was like
wanted
1
more.
minute.
I wanted more.
Well, I want
Yeah,
to
5
talk a
minutes
little
of
bit.
commercials for 1 minute after.
Yeah.
I want to talk
so
a little bit about Brooke
Okay.
in general
Yeah.
because
All
we
right.
see her, you know, at first we see her in her kitchen and Stavo comes to kind of console her about her dad and she just doesn't want anything to do with Stavo. She's kind of suspicious of him almost.
Well, and it was kind of the way they zoomed in on the knife when she was cutting the oranges. I was like, I think it
didn't-
might be.
She didn't seem to emote that much. Like, look, her boyfriend was murdered and her dad was murdered. She should be like a wreck, you know? I
Should
get
have
it.
been a wreck.
I get it. Like, they weren't, like, it was a weird relationship, her and her father, but
But it's her father.
And
at
her
the end of the
mom is
day.
gone,
Yeah.
you know?
And because she wasn't so emotional, I was like, okay, something's up.
Some people might handle it differently.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Like look at Noah, how he said that he focuses on like the murder board. That's
Right.
how he takes out his pain or whatever.
Well, apparently there's gonna be a Scream Halloween special.
No way,
Sure.
for real?
So yeah, I'm googling it right
that's
now.
dope.
What? Oh my
Hell yeah.
gosh.
But
this is
also,
exciting.
what was I gonna say?
Super exciting.
With Brooke, when she went to go see Noah in the hospital and she cried a little bit about her dad there, I know, Kelly, you were saying she's not crying hard enough.
Yeah, I wanted her to just bawl, like
Get the
go
tears.
nuts, you know?
Yeah.
And also the whole texting thing.
What?
Yeah, with Stavo?
Yeah. So does Kieran know how to get into people's phones?
Okay.
And that
Or
was
is that
another-
Stavo? Like,
Whoa.
I think you can.
sorry.
I think the killer can hack the phones, number one. But number two, Brooke does look suspicious with that text with Stavo saying, come meet me at this theater. I didn't send that text. And she told Noah, let's go to the theater. Emma doesn't want us at the theater, but let's go to the theater, where she magically gets stabbed and then she sends Emma off.
That's what I'm so glad you brought that up. Yes. Okay,
Yeah.
yes. When she sent that text, I thought it was a double personality right there, and she sent it without even realizing it. Or even if maybe she did send
Right.
it and she's crazy. But there is just so much.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
and then the
Yeah.
father, her not crying for the father. She has issues with her father. Her mom's gone. Maybe she blames her father.
but I mean, also you could look at it like it's a weird family. Like they don't really emote. They're very just like waspy.
Yeah.
Just like I am not going to care that much.
Yeah.
Give
This is
a
a public
half-
eye family.
Yeah.
Well, she is a minor. Now she's pretty much alone, so I wonder what's going to happen to her. It looks like maybe she gets closer to Stavo and his dad. We see at the end they're like having a meal, so maybe, I don't know.
You could also argue that Stavo was really sketchy because he got the text and also he didn't really leave and Audrey was by herself. Maybe Stavo took her to help Kieran, but I mean, I don't know.
This was the season finale, and we're still
what
thinking
I'm
there's
saying.
another one. There has to be, though.
There
That's
has to
what's
be.
going to drive us to season 3.
I
Somebody
really,
call me
really,
Mac Mama.
really hope there's a
Mac
season
Mama.
3.
Me too. I mean,
Guys, to make season 3 happen, please get your friends to watch.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
it's a
it's
Scream.
already over. That wouldn't-
Tweet at
Tweet
MTV
it,
Scream.
MTV. There
It
we
says,
go.
It says a Scream tweeter. It says a Scream Twitter announced a Halloween special.
2 episodes.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's what
god.
they
Yeah.
said.
When Brooke got stabbed, though, she okay, so I don't think she died. She went into surgery. I don't know.
Yeah.
There could be complications. She could have too much internal bleeding. But when
But
she was...
we saw the photo of the 5 of them at the end. Stavo Drew. So we're
Oh
assuming
yeah,
that she's alive.
she is alive. So yeah, that's right. So she gets stabbed though, and when Kieran was convincing Emma to keep running, I'm like, that makes him more suspicious because the killer wants her to run. So he's like, go, Emma, just go run. And Brooke says, yeah, go. No.
Well, I don't know. I guess because she wants her to live, you know?
Well,
And
yeah.
she also doesn't want anybody else to get murdered. You know, if
Yeah,
you...
but she doesn't know that. She didn't know that the killer told Emma, don't turn yourself in.
Oh, that's true.
So
I
that
didn't even
makes
think of that.
her look a little suspicious, right?
Yeah. Katie Lane, favorite Scream line of all time. I was banging your psycho half sister. That was a good
That's
line.
a good line.
Yeah.
I was hoping that there's going to be a moment where, kind of like, what are those good suspense movies where they reveal the who done it? I thought there was going to be a moment where the killer explains how he did everything and why he did everything.
I want that.
I wanted that so bad, even though it's cliche. I needed that because
yeah.
something like the reason I did that was for that.
Well, that would
and
be
Eli
perfect.
came, but that's why I got rid of him.
Perfect
mean,
if
And
it
then
was
they just
cliche.
connect the dots.
He explained the whole thing in a whole, like, I did this because...
And it was. I wanted. They should have done like cutbacks, like visual pictures. Like that's why I killed
And
him
I love
there.
how Audrey, she's like, all of this is because of daddy issues? Like, what's wrong
So
with you?
true.
Yeah.
Come on.
Like, but
I guess I should have got that looked at or something. What did
Yeah.
he say?
Don't you think
Therapy's
it was
important, guys.
it was
Therapy
weird
was-
too, like with Kieran switching immediately to this crazy
I was
psycho.
just about to say that.
It was strange.
It's like, I love you, Emma. Yes, it is me. Like
Yeah.
that switch.
and it's like he kept it off. Like he turned his fake thing off, and he's just going to be his crazy self. Even in the jail cell, he was walking weird. His
Yeah.
hair was a little disheveled. Maybe he doesn't have his hair products in jail, but he just acted all like different.
And he got so much satisfaction from hearing I love you from Emma. You know, and he even says it. So you love me, and I'm a killer.
That made me pissed.
Was that the first time that she said I love you to him?
I had never heard it
No.
before. I don't know. You guys.
Wow.
I think they've said I love you to
Yeah?
each other.
Okay.
But it was just like in the final moment, I love you. I love you too.
Ugh. I know.
Whatever.
But that's how it is in the movies, though. They switch. Like, look at Billy and what's his face? Stu. Like, how they were, like, normal. And then Stu was like, I always had a thing for you.
So 3 months later, we have surviving another attack. Noah's still doing his podcast 3 months later.
CC Freak, I think their name is, said that we do see Brooke living with Stavo and the sheriff.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Lang's writing her book. Brooke is with the sheriff and Stavo's pictures magically got better. I guess he drew the Lakewood 5, but him instead of Kieran, right? Was that what was happening there? And then Emma and Audrey are at the movies. And their friendship is back to normal again. And Maggie sees a little note, and Kieran gets the call in jail. And it says it's from his lawyer. And it says, so what do you say exactly? So you think you could wear my mask?
Yeah.
My face, I think.
My face.
Yeah.
My face, that's right.
I don't
And what about the Zoe thing?
She's
Like,
dead.
I know, but he just, like, what was the point? He just captured Noah and Zoe at the same time and just decided to kill Zoe? Like, I don't know.
Why did he want to kill Zoe?
Well, it just...
Because it's just to torture them.
Why did he want to kill anybody? You know?
Yeah.
And, like,
some
all
deaths-
these random people that died.
I just don't, like, even in this last part, somebody said Kieran stabbed Brooke. Like, how did he get from wherever he was upstairs to... What?
He wasn't upstairs.
He wasn't?
was in the theater the last time we
Right.
saw him, and then she got stabbed in that theater. So he was probably just like putting
Putting his stuff on.
yeah.
They left him alone everybody else was
Ugh.
partnered up except Kieran. And
I
that's
know.
when you're like, come on.
And he went to go find Audrey. Stay here, I'll go look for her. And magically she's missing. I don't know where she went.
Yeah. Come on.
Oh.
I think they made him more suspicious. Well, obviously this episode though, with those little types of things, as opposed to throughout the season.
I don't know. The biggest suspicious episode for me was when he was like trapped in the fun house, and one of his hands was fine, and nobody mentioned that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, come on, that's it. He's the killer.
She almost shot him too, right?
Yeah.
That would have been great. We wouldn't have to deal with any of these other deaths.
Zoe
would
be
have
alive.
been alive.
Oh my gosh.
Him and Noah still getting it on.
I know.
So if there is a season 3, what do you guys think we're gonna get?
I want to see more. I want to learn more about the past. I want to learn more
Exactly.
about Troy and Brandon and how the sheriff knows them. I like that continuity because it rounds it out, and it kind of makes Lakewood more of a character, the town of Lakewood, because it kind of breeds killers, and there has to be a reason for that. You know what I mean? So it's like no matter what the generation is, the society there's gonna be crazy.
Right.
Maybe it's on an ancient Indian burial ground. No, but
Slidings in the water.
I like it just being up to date because just that's how Scream is. It's not like about like Freddy, how it's a story of this pedophile or whatever. It's just like normal present day, just psychopaths, and that's what I like.
that's what it's
Yeah,
like.
present day.
Slashers,
I like my
Goodness.
2016 murderers this year. Keep it present. I don't care about
high
the-
schoolers just getting sliced up left and right.
Yeah.
Sliced and diced.
Yeah.
Well, I'm satisfied-ish. I'm excited. I want there to be a season 3 so we can
too.
get more.
I think it's gonna be New Orleans. Everyone keeps saying New Orleans.
Well, that's where it takes place. Like it takes place in Louisiana.
That's where they film.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
So it's gonna be
I think they just want it in New Orleans.
So is this
think.
episode special confirmed?
I mean, that's what everyone's saying.
That would be awesome.
I think
I'm looking forward to that.
I think they're gonna go to New Orleans, and there's gonna be a killer.
Maybe
there.
I think actually season 3 maybe it's like it's in college because I
Jump
think
ahead.
Oh.
in Scream 2 doesn't she go to college?
Yes.
And I still know what you did last summer. She goes to college.
So maybe it's college.
Written by the same guy, Kevin Williamson.
Kevin Williamson is a genius.
Yeah.
He really
He
is.
also did the Vampire
And
Diaries.
he wrote Dawson's Creek. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Or created it.
And
at
Freddy
least.
Krueger goes to college. The 1989. No.
Can I do some fan shout outs?
Yeah, for sure.
You guys have been awesome this season, right,
Yes.
guys? We've had like the best fans. Thanks for tuning in every
They've been
single
chatting.
week, chatting with us, the comments. But just wanted to shout out a few of our besties, I guess you can call them. Jordan J. Harrison, Aaliyah Jordan, Chris Hawkins, Carl Myers, Tom Valentine, Dwitty Elvira, Jack Lamberger, Mike Balestra, Joey E., Jan Van S., and Michael Trujillo Jr.
Mike B.
Thanks so much.
Mike B's
all of
from
you.
Montreal. He was like telling me where to go in Montreal. So
Yes.
extra shout out to Mike.
Oh,
B.
I used to live in Montreal. Poutine. Just make sure you eat
I had that.
a lot of poutine. Eat more. You never get enough of poutine.
They confirmed season 3 on After Dark. That's,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
that's
Thank
amazing.
God.
And
Alright.
thank
They
you guys. Apparently.
Wait,
This is exciting.
You guys,
Oh,
did we just learn this
just
live?
just like typical Scream.
Well, yeah.
This is a better reveal than the killer.
I know,
Oh my God,
I know.
I'm so excited right now.
Good.
Thank you guys too. Thank you to Cody White who emailed us a couple weeks back with your theories as well.
Yes.
That was awesome. Thank you all so much for tuning in and for keeping up with in the chat and tweeting us. You guys are amazing, leaving your awesome comments. Keep them coming.
We don't want to
River
leave.
Swan.
I know.
I know. We had so much fun with you guys, so make sure you tweet us and comment, and let's talk about this until that October special.
Yeah.
And if you are not subscribed to us on YouTube, please do so. That's youtube.com/AfterBuzzTV. You can also find us on iTunes and SoundCloud. Give us that 5-star thumbs up, leave a comment, tweet us using the hashtag ABTVScream. Thank you so much again.
I'm
And
gonna miss you guys over Tuesday.
Yeah.
I know.
I know.
I know.
It'll be back soon.
Well, where can everybody find you to tweet about this?
You may find me on Twitter at Micheal_Drew, Micheal EAL.
You can find me on all social media at Pegah Rad.
You can find me, Kelly McInerney, on Twitter and Instagram at HollyWeirdo, and Snapchat at Kelly McInerney, but with 3 L's. Also, I do the Vice Principals after show, and I'll probably do SNL in the fall, and maybe something else. I don't know.
And you can find me on Twitter at Katie E. Campbell. That's Katie with 3 E's Campbell. Instagram at KatieCampbell13 and YouTube.com/KatieCampbellOnline. Thank you so much again for joining us for this season, and we'll see you next season.
See you in October.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.